So Mark, 1-1 at the end of the day. Spirited fight at the end, but couldn't get the 3 points.
I think game of two halves. I think first half, well, we were poor. Like in Kilsyth were good. You can see why they picked up a bit of form under Danny, the new management team and stuff like that. So I thought they were dangerous. And like disappointing, I think the way that the goal comes. It's just before half time as well. Mario's got himself caught under it, but it actually comes through our corner and they break through it. So it's a bit disappointing, but we were more annoyed that we weren't us. Defensively we were okay, but it was more on the ball. We weren't really moving it well. We weren't overly attacking them great. We get into the box I think 5 times and we don't get a shot off or anything, so that's a wee bit disappointing. So first half I think for us anyway was one for forgetting, but again I thought Kilsyth were good in that first half, and then standard game of two halves. Second half I thought we picked it up, gave them a wee drag at half time and asked them to do better everywhere in all aspects, but particularly, excuse me, in the ball playing. Because look, it's been hard at the end of December when our periods, parts are heavy and rough. It's not really set up to be lovely football stuff. So and to be fair, the boys have really adjusted well to it and battled, and we've been saying that. Like, we've kind of forgotten the last couple of weeks. Look, we're a football team, we can actually get the ball down and play. So and I think they did in the second half, like particularly when Jay and Logan Hunter came on. I thought that made a big difference. To be fair, Jay lifted the energy in the middle of the park, and then Logan gave us that wee bit of creativity. And look, I can't think anything worse as a player after you've ran about for an hour to then have Logan running at you with his trickery in his feet. So and I suppose in the holistic bit of the game, I think either Gafford have been disappointed to probably end up losing the game. So for me, a change, I'm going a draw is probably fair. But I think if that wee cliche, I think if we were playing for another 5-10 minutes, maybe we might have nicked it. I think we were on it that second half, but at Hams, give yourself a wee half. We can't just show up for 45 minutes and expect to win games.
Some enforced changes just before kick-off as well, really, and the guys fitted in well where they were asked to.
I look, you're asking Ron to play right back, and he made a mistake a while ago telling us that he used to be a right back in the day. But I don't think that's where he's going to be utilised on a regular basis. Like, we lose Jordan Duffy as well. The morning of, like, due to illness, it's not great at all considering what he's gave us this year. But I can't speak to anything because the lads have went in and done well, and Owen's done well there. And he's bombed up. He said it was actually easier than playing the winger because he got his wee recovery. So and he's unlucky. I think we were joking in there and saying Hammy at the end could slip him through, maybe get a wee goal through right back, but I thought
he's never going to do that.
Nah, he's never going to pass. And look, to be fair, if you're 18-20 yards out for goal and your striker's passing the ball, you're probably asking questions of him as well. So as much as he's a wee grumpy greedy man, that's what makes him him, and that's what gets him his goals. And to be fair, his goals are a cracker the day. I think the first corner that Colby's actually not hit the first man with, and delivered a great ball, and Hammy's smashed it home with his head. So look, overall, collectively happy enough. I think decent enough performance the second half. Something for us to build on. Guys making an impact off the bench. As I said, tough. Like, you look at Kilsyth, they drew with Bellshill and stuff like that. They gave Thorn a hard time a couple of weeks ago as well, and they're on a wee running streak like we are. Good not to get beat, and it's just we're getting to the crunch time. So for me, draws just feel like we had a bad year of like the last couple of years. We're just drawing loads of games, and we weren't really in that place this year. But that's 2 back to back. What's that? 8-9 games unbeaten. So I can't be too harsh on the lads, and like you said, last minute changes. But I don't think. Look, I would have loved to have Jordan Duffy, but I can't say he was the reason why it was a draw today. No having him, because Colby slots into left back where he is an actual left back, and then Rowan covers it. So yeah, overall happy, mate.
And happy enough going forward next week away to Larkhall.
Look, again, a nice big park. It's usually really a good surface. Even this time of year, I'll be surprised if it's not. and like, dangerous. There's players there that can hurt you. So the sort of last year I think there was a ebb and flow game. I think it was 3-1 to us, 3 each, and then I think we ended up winning 5-3. Missed penalties and stuff like that. They've got dangerous players, and on their day they can go and compete. So we need to be ready for it. But we're hoping that weather's starting to get a bit better and we can stop worrying about big soggy parts and stuff like that, and getting back into the way that we've got. But like, was that 17th game I think today, so we've got 13 games left and no many weeks left, so we're getting into midweeks and stuff like that coming up, no far away. So look, for me, pull it together, we'll keep going. We're in a good shape, as I said last week. The goals to get in just to get up into the first is the initial one, but personal standards we're going, look, we want to be competing to get that highest finish as possible. I know that it doesn't matter if you finish second.
You might not say 3, but we're saying 3 in the sidelines. It's what we want.
I'll not even hide that. Look, for me, the top third, the third space is what probably the majority of people are after. You want to go up in your aim right. You don't want to sneak in the back door and just go, oh, you're only up because of the circumstances this year. Like Scotland qualifying for the championships. I know that'll get a bad reaction, but you're going let they get in because we've increased the amount of people that are coming in. So the same, that like you don't want to be like, you'll take it, by the way, if I'm a mate and I'm in the first, then you take it, you don't go, no, you're alright. But you want to do it in your own merit, particularly the way that we've been playing and competing this year. You want to go and try and finish as strong as possible, and you've seen it last week, Bellshill, Drieve and stuff like that, they're slipping up. So if which makes the draws a wee bit harder if you can keep that tempo, and then they're catchable, you know what I mean? They're not out of sight. So but it only takes a couple of results either way for you to go yo-yoing through that. You can see that all through every division, I think, because of the system and the setup this year. There's games to play with where normally there'd be teams that go, look, I'm not going to go down now and we're not going to go up. So it's a bit of dead rubber, but actually now every game's
so having to play for, time to play our game.
Time to keep going. I'd like us to get back more into our football ways, to be honest, Jordan. I think that's probably my only wee gripe for the last couple of weeks. I don't think we were overly great against Locos and the Astro, disappointing, and then again even last week, good enough surface and green up for it to get on the ball, and again first half of the day we were but second half showed it. But having a boy like Logan Hunter on the park as well certainly helps that, because he'll take it in a phone box and go by people. So and the boys know that as well, so they're happy to give him it at any time. So like personnel also drives that standard as well, and then people just start dubbing up on them, and then he's got spaces elsewhere to release. But
and just quickly to wrap up as well, how are injuries look in terms of the long terms and stuff?
I will look, Scotty's, we'll probably unfortunately not see Scotty back this year. And that was for the first game, you know what I mean? And then Nathan, I think, hopefully is coming back into training this week. So, and then other than that, that's actually, I know we're short on the bench, but John Duffy's not going to be long term. That's squatty bum, isn't it? So he's going to be back all right. And then Big Dempsey was not available today, but he's back in as well. So look, the squad depth's coming back again, and even then, we're talking this a bit light, but I'm looking at my bench going, you've got Jay Hunter, Big Ollie, Nathan Marriott, like four strong players there, even Jay in the bench. So I'm looking to it going, actually, how do I find ways to get these boys on rather than worrying about not putting them on, and it's a great situation.
Great one to see when it turns things around like today.
Looking at it, I think Jay, that's nothing against Callum Kieran and I think just Jay and Hunter just gave us that extra wee lift, fresh legs and a wee bit of creativity. Jordan who changed to the middle of the park and came into the game a lot more, but I think he was quite quiet in the wide area. So changes, rotations, you're now up against a different man, and it forced them, and again they made changes, and I think they maybe weren't as strong as they were, so it allowed us to go and try and hurt them. But that's football. As I said, for me, draw, fair, and we take that unbeaten run again to go into next week, and we need to start getting back to winning ways. So important that we go and pick up 3 points next week.
Looking forward to that.
Cheers mate.